This is my day 2 review of the PIG FDT-DELTA. FDT stands for Full Dexterity Tactical Glove. Purchased it through Amazon. Came in pretty quickly as a Prime member. I guess if you're not a Prime member, it'll still come in pretty quickly. It was a little strange ordering a glove from a company named PIG, but this seems to get the best reviews of everything out there. Use case, let me explain it to you. I everyday carry, but I live in a state that has 4 seasons. So in the winter months, my hands get cold. Everyone's hands are a little bit different, but my hands get cold, and I like to wear gloves. But because I everyday carry, problem arises that if you have a thick pair of gloves on, you can't adequately grip and hold the gun, especially in the unwanted event that you have to remove the gun from its holster, which not likely, but in that off chance that you have to protect yourself and your family, getting that gun into your hand might be what saves you and what's dear to you. So, sorry for the long explanation, but before we start the review, but I need to lay out my use case scenario. So, I'm not using this at the shooting range, although I do regularly go to the range, as every responsible gun owner should. I bought these gloves to go to the grocery store, to walk my dog, to walk down the street with my family, because once again, if I have to remove the gun from its holster in a self-defense scenario, it needs to be in my hand. So I turned to the tactical community, who have a ton of experience with firearms in different environments, with the question, what's the best glove, shooting glove? And this one gets high reviews, really good reviews. And many gun owners are going to end up with a grab bag of stuff. If you're new or if you're an experienced shooter, you know how it is, especially if you everyday carry, or if you go to the range a lot, you end up with just lots of stuff. Magazine loaders, other accoutrements, that's French for those of you that don't know, stuff, because oftentimes you have to try out things and see what works for you. So at the top of my list, after a lot of research, was the PIG. I think they got it's really like a boar, not much so PIG, the Full Dexterity Tactical Glove. It just gets really good reviews, and I read some articles, watched some videos, and the community seems to collectively like these gloves. So let's get into the review. So I opened my Amazon package, and this is what, I received. 2 gloves, attach this in a plastic bag. But a lot of the reviews that I saw say it's difficult to get on your hand. And you see, it wasn't difficult for me. I took the measurement horizontally and vertically to the top forefinger, which is what the instructions told me to do. And it's got a pretty good fit. They've got this cord here to help get it on. For me, the trigger finger, it's a little bit long, but it can't be perfectly suited to everyone. But it's functional. The thumb and the forefinger, you can see right there, those are the parts that you can use to control like a smart device or something like that. Just these 2 parts. I don't think any of them. Now, the other fingers seem to work with touch sensitivity in the car, on the screen in the car, but just these 2 work perfectly, scrolling up and down or anything else that you had to do. The palm, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit like a nubuck, but a very, very thin nubuck. At first, here felt a little strange because you got a really tight fit here when I first put them on, but everyone's hand's going to be different. But after a while, it wasn't even noticeable. The top has, I guess what people say is a 1000D. That probably means something to somebody. Ballistic nylon, and it just feels like a ballistic nylon, but not as thick and not as abrasive. So very comfortable fitting. nylon at the top, and it seems to give a lot. Well, let's see. It's got little boar logo here. These pig things on the sides here. This was scratching on the inside a little bit because I guess the sewing was a little bit different. But I was able to cut it out on the inside, and it's super comfortable now. No problems. And I guess everyone's hand's a little bit different, as I've said before. The wrist, unlike some that have a Velcro strap, it doesn't have a Velcro strap. It has a little stretchy here, which stretches, and then this is a little bit harder nylon going around here, but it form fits. It forms fits perfectly. So it's not coming off, and it's not so abrasive for my hand that it feels so tight that it's problematic. When I first put them on, I didn't want to take them off. I was able to do everything. I could hold a pen. I could pick up anything I needed to pick up. Use case scenario, like with the firearm. This is my everyday carry, Ruger LCR. You can see that it's unloaded. Okay. But I could get inside the trigger. Once again, let's do it with it like that. But I could get inside the trigger, and that little gap didn't make a difference for me. And that's just my hand. That didn't make a difference. I can still, if I need to, trigger won't go anywhere. So I could still get inside there and comfortably grip the gun. You could see that I could get a super comfortable grip on it. I've put a 3-finger grip on this LCR. This is an LCR 22 mag, which, just for the recall, being on target means more to me than having a higher caliber. That's just me, but everyone's different. But the grip is really good. I've never felt anything that's as comfortable. It's more comfortable than my hand. So I didn't want to take it out. It stays in place. If I had to go into my pocket to get it or go into the holster, but sometimes I do pocket carry with a little pocket holster. But if I had to pull it out, I could easily do that in any scenario. So it works really well. The gun feels super comfortable for me. People describe it as like a second skin, and in many ways it does. I didn't want to take it off. I felt I could do anything wearing these. Gets more comfortable as you're wearing them. The first time I put them on, I'm like, well, it gets all this praise. Everybody loves it. What's so good about it? But then as I wore it, I started to see, is it the warmest glove? Not necessarily. But is it the most comfortable? I don't know. It's super comfortable because it does feel like you can do anything. Because of how you can grip anything, sorry about the shake, because you can grip anything, if I pocket carry, sometimes it's only been 2 days, when I'd reach into my pocket, just experimentation, I would grab everything out of my pocket because it's able to grip onto everything. But that's not a problem. You just have to put that into your plan. We're having a cold spell. I live in the Northeast, and once again, I bought these mainly to wear in the winter. But when I went outside, I could definitely feel the wind and the cold on this nylon. So that means it's breathable. So it's definitely breathing. I did not feel it here on the palm side, but I felt it here on the top side. Well, hopefully this review helps you out in your research and making a decision. God bless you. Keep you safe. Remember to keep yourself and your family safe. If this video helps, like and subscribe. We'll close out with a video of me where I'm using these in the grocery store, just grabbing things, and you could see that I can easily grab them better than I can grab things with my own hand at the grocery store, and the other hand was holding the phone, so I'm just using one-handed, taking things off the shelf, and it works. And because I everyday carry, that's my use case scenario. If I have to reach to protect myself, protect my family, then I'm able to get my hands on it. And that's walking down the street. That's in a normal, everyday use for me. And if you're using it in a tactical environment, there are lots of reviews for using it there. They seem to like it. They're the ones who led me to this glove. So once again, God bless, keep you safe. Hope you make a decision to like and subscribe. We'll be occasionally posting videos like this, just with my use case scenario.